Good evening. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on our health talk on eye health and how to keep eyes healthy and the importance of nutrition and how different nutrients play such an important role on keeping our eyes healthy. And I'd like to say on keeping our cells healthy, right? Because we're made up of trillions of cells. And what I'm hoping to help you understand this evening is that there's certain nutrients that just help to protect your cells, repair some of the damage that might have happened to your cells, reduce inflammation, and even reverse some of the damage. And nutrition and supplementation, I mean, we never claim that we can cure any condition. But it's amazing what happens to people when they turn to nutrition and good quality supplements, how the healing can just start to happen and the repair. And that's what we're really hoping that you understand, or even prevention. Prevention is so much better than trying to fight a condition, but we have that option. So I'm so grateful to share that with you this evening. So what we're going to talk about, we're going to focus on just some of the eye challenges: itchy, tired eyes, glaucoma, cataracts, macular degeneration, retinal detachment, and some natural solutions. And when you're looking at itchy eyes, it can be caused by so many different things. Like allergies is probably one of the most common things, and eye strain, if we're constantly, we don't take the time to relax our eyes. Fatigue, which is, for me, that's huge. If I don't get a proper night's rest, my eyes are itchy. Infection and inadequate supply of oxygen to the cornea and the outer eye tissues. Okay, so these are some of the challenges when you're looking at itchy or tired eyes. So what you can do, a few little tips and tricks to deal with the cause of eye strain. For quick relief, close your eyes and apply a cold compress for 10 minutes as often as necessary. I even find sometimes taking that 10 minutes to literally just lay down and rest your eyes. I find a lot of times I've done that, and wow, what a difference it really makes. And I find the itchiness isn't as bad, especially if I've had a couple of nights of late nights and not enough sleep. Another thing is you need to look at your medication, because sometimes medication has side effects and people forget about the effects of some of the medication that they're taking. And also drink adequate quantities of water. Hydration is really important as well. So there's different nutrients that play a big role in keeping your eyes healthy. And we're going to talk about some of them. And then we're going to dive into a little more detail. But vitamin A, we hear all the time, vitamin A for night blindness and, keeping the mucous membranes healthy. B vitamins, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin E. Again, all these antioxidants. Carotenoids are what makes your fruits and vegetables the dark colors. And we're going to talk a little bit about those a little bit later. Polyphenols, which are in your flavonoids. So we'll talk about those as well. And alpha lipoic acid and flavonoids. So again, these are all your antioxidants that come from your water-soluble antioxidants. And again, we're going to talk a little bit more as we go further along. So these are some of the different nutrients that play a critical role in keeping your eyes healthy. Now let's talk about floaters, lines, or spots that appear to move across your field of vision. Floaters, again, reflect poor nutrition and accumulation of debris within the eye. Many people complain about having floaters. So one thing that they suggest is eating a diet that's rich in protein. Okay, that's really, really important. Low in sugar. Eat fruits and vegetables. Very important. Your leafy greens that contain vitamin K, which is so important for eye health. Consuming fish and other sources of omega-3. So those omega-3s, those essential fatty acids, help to reduce inflammation. And that's where the salmon oil comes in. We're going to talk a little bit about lecithin, flavonoids, and trace. So the flavonoids and trace, again, are in that antioxidant category, which are your water-soluble antioxidants. And the Neolife has a couple of multivitamins that also are really important for cell function and keeping your cells healthy. Formula 4 or Formula 4 Plus, a good multi, or our Vitality Pack. And again, we're going to share a little bit more about what these nutrients are a little bit later. But these are just some of the suggestions, some of the key nutrients. But let's talk about our cells, because when you're looking at cellular nutrition, and I mentioned how we have trillions of cells. Well, we have over 73 trillion cells, and you are only as healthy as your cells. And that's why it's critical to make sure that your cells are functioning properly, especially to keep your eyes healthy. And the unhealthy cell is the cell on the left. That's where you can see the nutrients are trying to get in, the waste is trying to get out, it's struggling, and the cells are making unhealthy cells. Whereas your goal is to get your cells healthy like the cells on the right. Healthy cells let nutrients in and waste out. You want your cell membranes to be soft and permeable. And this plays a really big role in all of your cells, especially when you're looking at your eyes. And lipids and sterols, these are the critical oils that used to be in our grain. And these grain oils keep your cell membranes soft and permeable, so nutrients can go in and waste can go out. Well, they started milling and processing these oils out of our grain over 70 years ago, and we're no longer have access to these good fats in any of our foods. So this is one of the things I wanted to share with you, because it's kind of like the foundation. There's only two ways that you can get these grain oils in your diet, and that's by, eating non-rancid whole seeds, grains, nuts, and a lot of them, grinding your own wheat, very difficult. But Tran Grain Concentrate is one of the products that I started taking over 31 years ago, and it really helped me with my energy and fatigue. And I was working as a police officer in the city and just really tired and run down. And when I started taking these grain oils, the Tran from Neolife, I couldn't believe the difference in everything in my body. And what happened was my cells started working better. Even though I was eating healthy, I wasn't getting these critical nutrients in my diet. And when you look at our breads today, they last weeks, our cereals last years, and pasta lasts forever. Well, this is something that's critical and plays a really big role in cell function. So Tran Grain Concentrate is the one product that Neolife developed in 1958. That's how the company started. And it contains those grain oils from wheat, rice, and soy, but non-GMO. So the reason why I want to start with this grain oil product is because we're focusing on cells, okay? Healthy cells, healthy tissues. So Tran Grain Concentrate is kind of like the foundation to get your cells healthy. And these other nutrients that we're going to talk about are important for repair, protection, and inflammation. Okay, so that all plays a really big role in getting your eyes and keeping your eyes healthy. So let's talk about glaucoma, which is a very, very common problem as we age. And what causes glaucoma? Well, there's damage to your optic nerve, and that's related to increased pressure that the fluids within the eyeball exert on other parts of your eye. And if the pressure is unrelieved, it may harm the retina and ultimately damage the optic nerve, resulting in vision loss and even blindness. Okay, so again, a very, very common problem. The most common type of glaucoma is open angle chronic glaucoma. So that's where you have the side peripheral vision is usually affected first. In the later stages, it can lead to tunnel vision. You hear a lot of that, where you can only see straight ahead. And even it can lead to blindness. Okay, so the symptoms are gradual. That's the thing. You sometimes you get these signs early on, and then all of a sudden you realize that your vision is being impacted later, much later stages. So it's kind of scary when all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I had all these little signs, I wasn't really paying attention, where it's really, really important to pay attention to some of the signs. So now let's talk about the angle exposure, acute. And that's another form. 10% of those with glaucoma have what's called angle closure acute glaucoma. And in these cases, a sudden rise in eye pressure It can cause severe pain, blurred vision, sudden visual disturbances, halos. You hear a lot of that when people are driving. I see this kind of halo reddening of the eye, nausea and vomiting. And this later form usually requires immediate treatment. So who's at risk? Well, certain ethnics have a higher rate or risk factor, I would say. And as we age over 60, if you have some chronic disease, medication sometimes can cause some of the damage to our eye, injury, nearsightedness, and the use of corticosteroids. And that, again, so many people you hear today are using some of these medications that can also cause damage to the retina and to the eyes. So there's some natural solutions that we're going to talk about. So there's hope. I know we talked a lot about, some of the challenges and what can happen. So one thing I always recommend is looking at your allergies or symptoms and do some elimination. Even food sensitivities is really, really important. But vitamin C, it does improve the condition, and it reduces pressure when you're looking at glaucoma. Betagard is an antioxidant that Neolife has to offer that contains chromium, and it does increase focusing power. So another mineral that plays a really big role in healthy eye tissue. Flavonoids, vitamin C, also help in the aid of collagen formation and prevents free radical damage. So flavonoids are your citrus fruit, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And then salmon oil. We hear a lot about omega-3s, how they reduce the intraocular pressure. Again, inflammation, so reducing inflammation so the eye could heal. Omega-3s play such a big role. The Neolife Salmon Oil Plus is fantastic. And then there's carotenoids. Carotenoids prevent free radical damage, and so do alpha-lipoic acid and flavonoids. So that's found in our product called Tray, and I'm going to talk about our carotenoids. So what these antioxidants do is they protect you from oxidative damage. So I like to say from like rusting from the inside out, right? When you have toxins that are attacking your cells, you're literally rusting, but you can protect your cells with consuming foods, fruits and vegetables that contain these antioxidants to protect your cells. And that's what we're going to talk a little more about as we get further along. Now, patients who received 150 milligrams of alpha-lipoic acid each day, 45 to 47% of the eyes had enhancement of color visual shields and visual sensitivity when compared to people that only took when compared to controls using only topical medical therapy. Okay, so more advanced cases had even better response compared to their control. So there's so many studies. If you go to the internet and look up on different studies that have been done on eye health, it's quite incredible, the research and how nutrients play such a big role. So let's talk about Tray, because Tray is definitely a potent shot of wellness. It contains the polyphenol-rich extracts from pomegranate, acai berry, green tea, and dark berries. A broad range of polyphenols, antioxidants designed to support health, longevity, and cognitive function. It's delicious, but it does play a really big role in your eyes and keeping your eyes healthy. Powerful antioxidants, 20 times the puna collagen of fresh pomegranate juice, 5 to 10 times the resveratrol of fine red wine, and 7 times the antioxidant power of red ripe tomatoes. So again, it's very difficult to get these nutrients in high amounts. For example, 6 times the alpha-lipoic acid of fresh spinach. So it would be really difficult to get that much in your food. And I know that, Susan, I think this is one of the products that when you introduced the Tray to your program, it really helped your eyes. So if you want to share your story at this point, that would be wonderful. Susan Faulkner? Oh, she had her video on earlier. Susan, are you there? Oh, maybe I'll call her a little bit later. Okay, I'll call her a little bit later. She must have run off for a little bit.
Okay, no, I'm here. My mouse couldn't find the mute button.
Can you take your video, put your video on too, Hunt?
Yeah, I can. Oh, wait.
Thank you. I knew I saw you earlier.
Yeah. Can you see me now? I can't. Can you see me?
Hang on, you disappeared on me. Where are you? Can you see her, guys?
Yeah.
Yes,
yes,
you can see
Yeah,
her. Excellent. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I can't see myself, so I don't know if I'm centered.
You look great.
Not.
You look great.
Okay. So what happened was when they first introduced Trey, prior to that, I had gone to the eye doctor and they said that I was having a lot of floaters and astigmatism where it was my eyes were a little blurry. They just felt blurry a lot, especially at night. So when they introduced the Tray, I started to take a couple ounces a day, and then by the next time I went to the optometrist, he said my astigmatism was so much better and the floaters were less. So, you know, I faithfully take this every day, and I swear by it. And I find that sometimes it's still, when I see that's going off a little more, because my eyesight's my prescription's very strong, I just add more Tray, and I find that it really helps.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Susan. Yeah, this is an amazing product to just keep yourself healthy, right? And even if you're struggling with some challenges, it might not get rid of it completely, but it's amazing how it can maybe slow down, right? The damage, and you can have better vision as you age. And let's talk about cataracts. More than 300,000 Canadians suffer from cataracts, and 50% of the people are between 54 and 65 years of age. And cataract surgery is most common for people over 65. So antioxidants that protect your eyes. And again, this is really important because cataracts are definitely caused by oxidative damage, oxidative stress, a lot of strain, poor diet. And that's where your vitamin A, B, C, E come in again, your flavonoids, your Tray that Susan talked about. And again, Betagard, which contains the selenium, carotenoids again, and protein, the Neolife protein shake, again, just for repair, tissue repair, cell repair. So you need antioxidants to protect your cells and nutrients to repair and rebuild. And when you're looking at macular, 2.1 million people in Canada are diagnosed with a form of macular degeneration. They lose the ability to read, drive, and see faces. Many freedoms, pleasures, and joys, which are dependent on sight, are lost. And you hear a lot of that. And macular degeneration is just, it's very, very common. And it also, people lose their independence, and then they depend on help. And it's considered irreversible and incurable. Okay, symptoms: blurry or vision loss, fuzzy vision, straight lines such as sentence on a page, telephone poles, or sides of a building appear wavy. Dark or empty area appears in the center of vision. Okay, so those are some of the symptoms. And macular degeneration, it can start very gradual. And so again, if you're not paying attention and get your eyes tested regularly, it really creeps up on you very, very quickly. So let's talk about the two different forms of macular degeneration. So again, as we age, the macula, the small part of the retina at the back of the eye that provides sharpness of vision, begins to break down and produces small white particles called drusen, which are seen in the fundus. The previous picture, you can see the little breakdown in the little bumps along that area. And these can be an early sign of macular degeneration, but they do not usually cause vision loss by themselves. And not all patients who develop drusen go on to develop macular degeneration, but definitely something that you need to keep an eye on. And then there's something that's very common, is you hear this a lot, it's wet macular degeneration. So you can see there's more of a puffiness, and it starts to ply away. And again, when you look at the picture in the diagram, it affects about 10% of macular degeneration patients. The wet form of macular typically causes significant vision problems in the affected eye and can progress very rapidly, causing permanent central vision loss. And wet macular degeneration is caused by the growth of abnormal blood vessels at the back of the eye that can leak fluid and blood. And wet macular degeneration typically causes significant vision problems in the affected eye and can progress very rapidly and cause permanent vision loss. So why do people get macular? Again, aging, genetics, arteriosclerosis, hypertension, environmental toxins and smoking, exposure to direct sunlight, lack of lutein and zeaxanthin, in the diet. And these are the nutrients that are found, again, we're going to talk about these in your fruits and vegetables, like your carotenoids. And we're going to talk a lot about that as we go along. Also estrogen, early menopause, and gender. So you really got to look at, your risk factors. So what they're finding is the foods that you should be increasing and consuming more of are legumes. So again, there's your proteins, right? Yellow vegetables, flavonoids rich in berries such as blueberries, blackberries, and cherries. Foods rich in vitamin E, C, such as raw fruits and vegetables. So again, you're looking at those dark colored fruits and vegetables to protect your cells and protect you from oxidative damage. Now I'm going to share, this is an old testimony, but I love this story. And this was published by Bob Pearson. And he actually has a lot of testimonials and helping a lot of people with macular degeneration. So here's the story.
I had been really afraid of this macular degeneration more than anything. This was still, I knew I was going to go blind.
Because they say there's no cure, right?
There's no cure. There's nothing you can do. We just hope it's slow growing and it doesn't, get any worse quickly, and that it just is slow.
Right.
So anyway, every time I went in, I bugged them about my macular degeneration, even though I was going in for the pressure eye.
Right.
And I had come over to Bob Pearson's with my daughter. She was picking up some vitamins, and I was told that I should be taking carotenoids. And within 3 months, my macular degeneration was gone, because I kept bugging them to look. They dilated my eye every 2 weeks, and Dr. Seidel would say, it's not possible. He said, your macular degeneration's gone. And my daughter was with me, and he'd say, look, it's not there. Well, she didn't know, but she said, we were all just so thrilled. I mean, you can't believe. Went back to Dr. Cherney. I said to him, he did a whole examination on my eye, and I said, Dr. Cherney, I don't have macular degeneration anymore. He went clear back in all of his notes, and he found out where he had said it, where Dr. Lorenzen had showed all this, and from the past papers that they had on me from the other ophthalmologists that had given me the synthetic vitamins. And he said, I don't know what's happened. And I said, well, I do. I said, I've been taking carotenoids. And he says, you give me the name of, because he examined my eye and he saw.
This was Dr. Cherney?
Cherney, and he said, it's gone. And so he looked back and he saw that he'd said it, that Dr. Lorenzen, who works for him, and Dr. Seidel, but they had said too.
So it was very well documented.
It was so documented that Dr. Cherney he was so he's such a laid back, wonderful person, and he was so laid back, and he jumped up and he said, he called in I don't know her name, the technician, and he said, get a pencil and paper, and I want you to write everything down. She told me where to go to get her vitamins, to get these carotenoids, and the address and the phone number. Well, so I'm sitting there, and I said, well, it's Bob Pearson, it's Neil.
The first ophthalmologist I went to for 3 years, he had.
There we go. There's so many, he's got so many testimonials that play. I just thought I'd share that one with you, but so powerful. And so again, she talked about the carotenoids, and so the lutein and zeaxanthin, these are nutrients that can lower your risk of macular degeneration. And how many fruits and vegetables you'd have to eat is a lot of fruits and vegetables. So they're powerful antioxidants for your eyes. And this was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Also, what does the science say about lutein and zeaxanthin? Well, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets higher in lutein and zeaxanthin, for goodness, is a tongue twister, resulted in improvements in both macular degeneration patients and the control group. So there's so much research out there to reduce the risk of developing macular, and eating, again, lutein-rich spinach every day for 6 months was enough to improve the vision of people already suffering. Okay, so if you're eating the food and supplementing with this amazing antioxidant, could you imagine the recovery and the repair that can happen just by protecting your cells? And that's the key, you're protecting your cells from oxidative damage. And the best sources: kale, spinach, turnip, collard greens, romaine lettuce, broccoli, zucchini, Brussels sprouts, peas, and egg yolks. Okay, so those are the best sources. And supplementing with that amazing product that Jane was talking about, the carotenoid complex that Neolife has, one of these capsules is equivalent to consuming 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables in every tablet. Incredible. Oh, sorry, in a box. It's in a Pro Vitality. But the amount of fruits and vegetables that are in this product is incredible. It was proven to boost your immune system, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and presented at the New York Academy of Sciences, and it was patented. So again, it has all those nutrients from tomatoes and peaches and spinach and apricots and peppers. So all those powerful antioxidants to protect you from rusting from the inside out. Okay, so that's the important thing. Also, a diet and macular degeneration. Also, studies showed that those who reported highest intake of vitamin C and E and carotenoids and zinc were significantly less likely to develop macular. Okay, oranges and mangoes and strawberries for vitamin C, turkey, chicken, pumpkin seeds for zinc, almonds, peanut butter, or supplements for vitamin E, sweet potatoes, apricots and peaches for beta carotene. So again, all these nutrients play a really big role in keeping your eyes healthy. Scientists also discovered that people with macular could slow down the disease by eating 1 serving of nuts a week. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish, also beneficial in eye health, and avoiding trans fats, because that will contribute to macular as well. And what's really exciting is our Salmon Oil Plus that Neolife has to offer has all 8 omega-3, tested for 200 contaminants, proven in clinical trials to reduce inflammation 68% in just 8 weeks. And this is why this plays such a big role in any kind of eye condition. So when you're looking at the Neolife supplements, so the carotenoids are those dark colored fruits and veggies, and it contains those antioxidants that protects the retina from UV light damage. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. Like when you expose an apple to air, right, oxygen, it oxidizes, it turns brown, it rusts right in front of you. But if you squeeze a lemon juice, which is acting as an antioxidant, it protects that lemon, right? So the oxidative damage isn't happening as quickly. Okay, so protecting. So that's why it's important to supplement with those carotenoids. And then the salmon oil, the omega-3, the DHA, important components, again, for the cones and the retina, which enable vision. And that's really important. Flavonoids also support capillary strength and collagen within the eyes. Vitamin A, important for promoting normal eye moisture and night vision. And zinc, important for retina health as well. Magnesium supports healthy blood flow to the eye. Chromium, which is a very powerful mineral, helps maintain normal blood glucose levels and may play a role in normal lens clarity. So these are all the nutrients. So if you have, depends on what you're struggling with. From a prevention standpoint, we're going to zero in on just a very simple program, but then if you have challenges, then you can do, what Susan did and what Violet did, and I'm going to have her share her story now. It's an incredible story.
Hi everyone, my name is Violet Abraham, and I had serious issues with my eye, And how it started was I couldn't see through that right eye, and reading was a problem, seeing was a problem. So I went to the doctor to get a pair of glasses. And when they examined, they found out my right eye retina was detaching. It was a serious problem, and it was a major surgery. So I had to immediately go through a major surgery to attach the retina. What they did was they used the silicone oil to attach the retina, and about 8 months I have to wait for the second major surgery to remove the silicone oil. So the first 8 months I couldn't see anything through that eye. But meanwhile, I was also tired all the time, exhausted. I didn't want to work, do nothing, sleep, and so forth. And when I started with the Neolife product, the first product I tried was Pro Vitality, and the vitamins really helped me to get over the tiredness, gave me a lot of energy. Didn't even take a month. It was less than a month. And so what I did was I added the vitamin A, salmon oil, and carotenoid, all three, to take care of my eye, because they also help heal my right eye. So when I went back to the doctors, they were really amazed and surprised how fast I was healing. And they wanted to know what I was doing. So I talked about Neolife products and the products that I was on, and they were very happy to hear. So I just wanted to make sure to take a few minutes to say that Neolife products really work well, and I'm grateful that they have these products because it really helped me. And so I just wanted to share this happy testimony with everybody. And with that, I end my testimony. Thank you.
So everybody, we've heard Violet's story many of times.
Hi, everyone.
And, her journey has been incredible. And I spoke with her just the other day. She's a floral designer, and she's doing weddings, and she does beautiful work. And she said, Nat, if it wasn't for my eyes, I wouldn't do what I love to do, is create these amazing floral designs for all these lovely brides. So she's so grateful to have her vision and her eyes as strong as they are today. So, when you hear all these challenges and, why is this happening? Sometimes it could be because of poor diets, right? Inadequate nutrients, rich whole foods, which is really important, physical inactivity, busy lifestyles. There's a lot of toxins in our environment, poor digestion. So the problem and the solution are in the food we eat. Okay, so we got to look at our food. We got to look at, are we eating fast food? Are we grabbing things that are loaded with toxins and not eating those nice colored fruits and vegetables and eating good quality proteins? So you really got to look at your diet. That's number one. And then supplementation is just a way to fill the gap as to what's missing in our diets. But who do you trust? This is an article, when I was first introduced to Neolife over 31 years ago, I was really skeptical. And this is one of the articles that was published in the Toronto Star. And, they found inactive ingredients in many of the products that they tested, okay? Some of the top selling brands were found guilty of this. So this is one of the reasons why this is published, it came out of Guelph University, actually. And this is one of the reasons why I wasn't too eager to try supplements. And I was watching my mom take supplements for years with no results because she had a lot of aches and pains and fibromyalgia. So, there's a big, big difference. And then, recently the study that was done between 2007 and 2016, 776 products were marketed as dietary supplements. They contained hidden active ingredients that were unsafe or unstudied. So again, you really got to look at the quality. Where are you looking to buy your supplements? So when I looked at Neolife, I found that it was the company that I could trust. They have scientific health solutions since 1958 in over 50 countries, a pioneer in the industry, and the most respected scientific research team. these doctors and scientists, they work together and doing the science and research and all the food testing and the soil testing and the seed testing and non-GMO since 1958. And that's really important. And that's why the products work, because the quality is there. Again, no GMO ingredients. Okay, very, very important. They stay within the human food chain, and then foods have not been genetically modified. So Violet talked about the Pro Vitality, okay? And I know we talked a lot about vitamin A and carotenoids and salmon oil and tray and zinc. And so I always like to say, let's start with the basics. Let's start with the foundation. And we did with Violet at first. And then when she started to research her eye damage, she increased some of these products. So what's in this little pack are those grain oils, okay? The TRINN, that's no longer in our food, those essential fatty acids, the carotenoids, the salmon oil, and a multi. So I like to call this a CATARACT multi. So it's a great foundation to start, okay? And then Violet added extra carotenoids because her problem was more serious, right? So when you're adding these extra carotenoids, you're just adding more antioxidant power, which gives you a better chance of healing faster, okay? And it was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition to boost your immune system 37% in just 20 days. So when you do 1 pack a day in the box of Pro Vitality, after a month, it is equivalent to consuming 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables, okay? And then when you increase this product, then you're just increasing your consumption of those dark colored fruits and vegetables. So again, just more power to protect your cells and protect your eyes. And it was presented at the New York Academy of Sciences, and it was patented. It was a very unique product. Then there's our omega-3 salmon oil, which again, Violet increased. So she's getting 1 in her Vitality pack, but then she took a few more because of her condition being really, really serious, and she needed to get the inflammation down so she could heal faster. While the Neolife salmon oil has all 8 omega-3, tested for 200 contaminants with an allowance of 0, and proven in clinical trials, again, to reduce inflammation 68% in just 8 weeks. Okay, so very powerful, and that plays a really big role in healing. Now, this was a study, fatty acids and retinopathy abstract summary that Dr. Emily Chu did. She's a medical doctor from US National Institute of Health. She reviewed the mechanism by which omega-3 fatty acids protect from age-related eye disease, age-related macular degeneration, and retinopathy and diabetic retinopathy. She concluded that taking an omega-3 supplement to prevent the disease or slow its rate of progression may prove a better course of action than the current, often painful therapies. So this is a study that was so powerful. So I have to say that, you know, age-related macular degeneration in women, you know, it's something that's very common. So just to know that you can prevent it or slow it down by, you know, eating better foods and supplementing with something as powerful as the Neolife salmon oil, such a powerful role, okay? And this was actually presented or co-authored by our scientific advisory board member, Dr. Ariana Karugi, okay? So our scientists are world-renowned, and they are involved in many of these clinical trials. And this is one of them that came out of this university. So such a powerful, powerful study. So vitamin A, a lot of people are kind of worried about vitamin A. Oh, if I take vitamin A, it's, you know, it's fat soluble. With the Neolife vitamin A, it's water miscible. So it doesn't build or store in the body, and it helps to heal mucous membranes. And so it does really help with night blindness. Okay, so this is a great product to help to keep our eyes healthy and keep the membranes soft. Okay, and then they talked a lot about these flavonoids. Flavonoids are part of the water soluble portion of the cell. So there's fat on the outside of your cell and water on the inside of your cell, and it protects the body fluids and the blood from oxidation. Okay, so again, it's oxidative damage that causes a lot of the breakdown when you're looking at cells and looking at our eyes. It also helps with your immune system as well. reduces risk of cancer and heart disease and other age-related diseases. And then zinc, we hear a lot about zinc, and that also plays a really big role in keeping your eyes healthy. And it's a pharmaceutical grade, natural raw material. Okay, so very unique chelation process. So it's very easily and highly absorbed, which is really important. And then we talked about protein. Protein also plays a really big role in healing, tissue repair, cell repair. And the Neolife shake is incredible. It's completely natural, nothing artificial, easy to digest, it tastes great. It comes in vanilla, chocolate, and creamy berry. So as a product for prevention and healing, just something that you can have for breakfast every single day. Again, just to fill those nutritional gaps. So it's part of our breakfast pack. So this is what Violet actually started taking shortly after she got on the Pro Vitality. And then we got her on the carotenoids, salmon oil, and the vitamin A. And then we added protein. And that's when she really noticed the difference in her energy and her healing again. So protein plays such a big role in healing. Okay, and now we have our vegan option for those of you that are that really are looking for a plant-based protein. Okay, so that's available in Canada now as well. So when you're looking at these health packs, so the Vitality Pack is definitely your core nutrition. That is your base. Your breakfast pack is definitely the best seller because it's giving you everything you need as a foundation for healing and repair. And if you're wanting to lose weight, we've got the bigger pack because you're doing 2 protein shakes a day. But today we're focusing on eye health. But that breakfast pack is a great foundation. And then again, if you're having eye issues or if you're concerned about macular cataracts and eye floaters, then you can start adding some of those other antioxidants that Susan shared and that Jane and Violet shared as well. There's a lot of amazing testimonials that are posted in our Neolife Healthy Living community. I was actually looking at that yesterday, and there's over 10,000, almost 10,000 members now in this group. It's incredible. And we can invite you to this group. It is a Facebook group where you can learn more about stories and testimonials and how the products have affected their lives. If you're curious a little bit more about some of these stories, we can invite you to this group, and it's very easy to navigate. I would really encourage you to take a look at this group and hear and read some of these amazing stories on how good nutrition plays a really big role in recovery and healing. And then there's one more option for those of you that are looking at possibly generating a part-time income. I was not when I first started. All I wanted was to feel better. I was really stressed with my job, but I really loved the fact of helping others. And when I saw the impact that the products were making on my mom and my sisters and some family and friends, I got really excited about sharing and building a business where I really want to leave my police career. So that was exciting for me. But if you're somebody that would love to take a look a little more, just reach out to the person that invited you tonight, and we can always share a little bit more about how the business opportunity works as well. But again, most of you are just here to hear a little bit more about these amazing products, how you can get them at a discount. It's free to become a member to get the products at wholesale price. And when you become a member, we recommend going what we call a NeoShip program. And it's a month supply of either the Pro Vitality or that lovely breakfast pack. And when you have that coming every month, you get wholesale price. So it's just a great way to get your products at the 25% savings. And if you want to learn more, just reach out to us, and we're here to help you every step of the way. We do regular health talks regularly every Tuesday and Thursday where you can learn more. So I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening. I am going to stop the recording and open it up to questions.